This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter. First tonight, the city of Las Vegas still mourning, with many people there doing anything they can to help. Donating blood, holding vigils, mourning loved ones, and as lawmakers try to piece together a motive. What could have driven a man to shoot at thousands of helpless concert goers with such reckless abandon? ABC's Alana Zach is in Las Vegas with more.
You are worthy of all praise.
Las Vegas and the nation in mourning following this scene. A barrage of gunfire on the Las Vegas Strip as a lone gunman fired down on a crowd of 22,000 unsuspecting country music fans. Police say 64-year-old Stephen Paddock hammered through a window of his hotel room on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Resort, raised at least one rifle that functioned like an automatic machine gun, and fired mercilessly. Terrified people piled on top of each other, sheltering behind anything they could.
We ran. And we ran. And I still wasn't even sure if it was actually bullets until one of the times we paused, our friend was like, the guy next to us got shot.
SWAT teams jumping into action.
Sit on the suspect's door. I need everybody in that hallway to be aware of it and get back. We need to pop this and see if we get any type of response from this guy to see if he's in here or if he's actually moved out somewhere else. Breach.
Entering the room, discovering Paddock's body and his arsenal. At least 23 firearms recovered from the scene.
We are currently standing at 527 for individuals injured, and individuals that have died or passed away, 59.
Las Vegas now with the heartbreaking record for the deadliest mass shooting in American history. Also there in Paddock's room, law enforcement officials say they found thousands of rounds of ammunition and several high-capacity magazines that were preloaded. It seems he wanted to inflict as much carnage as possible. Reporting from Las Vegas, Alana Zach, ABC News.
Since this massacre happened from a hotel room, there are no questions about whether or not there was a way security at Mandalay Bay could have spotted anything suspicious with the killer. ABC7's Rick Adams joins us from the beachside villas on Siesta Key with some reaction regarding what happened.
Well, this horrible tragedy in Las Vegas is certainly what everybody's talking about. There are now two big questions being asked. Could this have been prevented, and will there be new security measures for the hotel and resort industry?
I think it would be very difficult to prevent something like that.
Curtis Andrews is general manager of the Siesta Key Beachside Villas. He has not only worked with big hotels, but he's also been a director of operations at the Olympic Village in Salt Lake City, working closely with security. Andrews says there could be some changes security-wise at events that stems from this deadly massacre in Las Vegas.
They will look much more closely at high points as it relates to a concert.
For many on the Suncoast who own hotels or resorts, they're not sure what changes will happen to hotel security because of this. The Beachside Villas already does have many security cameras, and they tell us they are always aware what's happening on their property.
Definitely making people alert, even from your housekeepers like we do. If something doesn't look right, report it. Front desk staff, anything like that you can do, go ahead and report it.
Michael Capello is visiting Siesta Key from New Jersey. He too believes there wasn't much action that could have been taken to stop this.
There's nothing that can be done about that. There's no way that you could take a guy that had no prior record and just suddenly start checking people's luggage.
And many folks we did speak with are pretty confident that this won't affect the hospitality and tourism industry, especially here on the Suncoast. Reporting from Siesta Key, I'm Rick Adams, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Well, make sure to stay with ABC7 as we bring you continuous coverage of the developments surrounding that mass shooting in Las Vegas. And remember, you can get instant alerts on breaking news by downloading our My Suncoast app. You'll get important news updates, weather forecasts, and traffic alerts delivered straight to the palm of your hand. Well, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at your first alert forecast. Bob.
Thank you, Jacqueline Matter. We are looking at some winds out of the northeast right now at around 15 to almost 20 miles an hour at Longboat Key. It is up to 23 at Anna Maria right now, and northeast at Whitfield at 15, Bradenton at 15, and Bee Ridge at 16 miles an hour. We are looking at these stronger winds as a result of a tighter pressure gradient, and this pressure gradient is going to keep us in the breezy conditions overnight and throughout the day tomorrow. Again, northeasterly wind from warm Mineral Springs, Northport, Port Charlotte, all the way to Minnesota Beach and Venice now at 18 miles an hour. There are a few showers along the east coast and down to our south. No real rain here at this point, and we'll stay relatively dry throughout the day. On Tuesday, we're looking at nice weather. Temperatures will be into the mid to upper 80s for highs, and we'll start the morning off. Should be into the low 70s up and down the coast for the most part. Looking pretty good right now. A live sweep of the radar, not depicting any rainfall around. That may be changing though come looks like Friday as a result of a system moving in to the Gulf of Mexico. 76 right now, and the dew point temperatures at 67. Winds are out of the east northeast at 10, and the pressure 30-10, and that is on the rise. Temperatures currently into the mid 70s to upper 70s right near the area beaches. The water temperature now at 85. We'll have more in the forecast in a few minutes. Jacqueline?
All right, thank you, Bob. We'll talk with you shortly. New tonight, the Sarasota Police Department is searching for 2 missing teenagers who could be in danger. Gwyneth Dotson was last heard from at 9 o'clock this morning when she texted her family that she was near 10th Street in Sarasota. Authorities are concerned that she might have been dealing with a medical emergency and has not been heard from since. According to SPD, she could be with 14-year-old Tyler McKenna, who is also missing. Dotson, who is 5'3" with brown hair and brown eyes, was last seen wearing a navy blue shirt with 1975 on the front, black skinny jeans, and blue sneakers. McKenna is 5'6" with blonde hair that covers his eyes. According to the release, he was last seen wearing a black hoodie with dark jeans and black shoes, and those shoes had blue shoelaces. If you have any information on their whereabouts, contact the Sarasota Police Department. An update now on the high-profile trial involving a former Sarasota County Sheriff's deputy. Frank Bybee is charged with attempted murder. He's also facing 20 felony charges for allegedly befriending an elderly woman, then stealing her money and trying to kill her while making it all look like suicide. Last week, the alleged victim, 80-year-old Marcia Soul, recounted the night that she says Bybee tried to kill her. Today, a detective with the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, James Clay, also took the stand to explain Bybee's email and web history. The jury is expected to receive this case by Friday. The Venice Museum and Archives is open once again. It was originally supposed to open last month, but recent heavy rainfall and flooding damaged the first floor. There was no damage to the exhibit artifacts, though. They were removed and will be housed on the climate-controlled second floor until all repairs can be made and exhibit installation resumes. IMG Academy has broken ground on a 150-room upscale boutique hotel on IMG's campus. The Legacy Hotel at IMG Academy will serve guests and clients of the world-class training institution, including visiting teams, coaches, athletes, staff, and parents. The 5-story hotel, slated to open in the fall of next year, will also provide a go-to destination for visitors to the surrounding Bradenton community. Beyond its contemporary and upscale guest rooms, the Legacy Hotel will include an elevated lobby lounge and bar, as well as a massage and fitness facility. A resort-like backyard will include a large outdoor swimming pool, along with spacious outdoor event and breakout spaces located on the south side of the hotel. And Selby Botanical Gardens also unveiling plans to increase their green space by 50%. This project would also secure its scientific collection to protect it from future sea level rise. Today, the institution provided a master plan showing how the garden can grow to become a better worldwide model for studies in new technology. The new plan will remove decaying buildings that are not historically significant. However, the Selby House, Payne Mansion, Carriage House, and Bayfront event space will all remain. The Gardens welcomes more than 200,000 people to its property in downtown Sarasota each year, and this 10-year project has a preliminary cost estimate of $67 million. After more than a week of racing, the 2017 World Rowing Championships came to a close yesterday, and officials at Nathan Benderson Park are already getting ready for more events later this week. The president of SANCA at Nathan Benderson Park says the rowing championships will play a huge role in upcoming events at Nathan Benderson, showing what the venue is capable of.
You know, obviously this was televised, so people are becoming more aware of our park. It's not just Sarasota and Bradenton that saw the park. It's the entire state of Florida. It's the country. It's the whole world.
Next May will be one of Nathan Benderson's premier events as they host the NCAA Women's Division I, II, and III rowing championships. They're also looking for those numbers to exceed more than $25 million. Well, Sarasota County emergency management officials are getting a bit of criticism for their choice of food during Hurricane Irma. The county spent about $130,000 to feed up to 500 people during a 4-day span. It hired Madison's Catering just ahead of Hurricane Irma, and each meal cost the county $26 per person.
It's really about making sure that we can provide service, take care of our first responders who are taking care of our citizens so that we have a seamless response.
Manatee County spent much less for its food. The county's emergency operations chief, Sherilyn Burris, says FEMA will only reimburse, quote, reasonable and necessary expenses, and the county would become responsible for anything not covered by the government. A Sarasota clinic is celebrating its success after helping victims of Hurricane Irma in Immokalee. Universal Crescent Clinic decided to mobilize their services and bring free health checkups to those in Immokalee this past weekend. The clinic says volunteers from Sarasota and Bradenton gave expertise, time, money, food, clothing, and many other basic needs. They treated over 200 patients. Now, Al Doshi of Family Care Discount Pharmacy in Bradenton donated and dispensed all medication and over-the-counter drugs for those patients. The local Walgreens pharmacy also provided free flu shots, and volunteer physicians, nurses, and medical staff, and also translators worked around the clock so that they could ensure every patient was attended to. Other volunteers helped to distribute food, beverage, and clothing. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast, plus a meeting at the Capitol today working to place proposed constitutional amendments on the November 2018 ballot, and a plan by Volkswagen to offer new cars every year. Those stories when we come back.
Looking for something fun to do on a Friday night? Then come to Music on Main, the first Friday of every month at Lakewood Ranch. Enjoy free live music, dancing, great food, and lots of fun for every family member, even the furry ones. Meet up with friends, enjoy activities for the kids, or make it a special date night. And be sure to stop by the ABC7 booth and say hello. Mark your calendars for Music on Main, first Friday of the month, 6 to 9 at Lakewood Ranch. Brought to you by ABC7 and these sponsors.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Well, a bit windier today than it has been in the past couple days, feeling a little bit like fall weather for what we would expect in Florida.
Right. Temperatures into the upper 80s in places, and we expect temperatures to drop usually the second week in October.
Okay.
Typically that happens in the last 32 years it has anyway. And we are looking at some nice weather tonight with a bit of an east wind. It keeps things a bit cooler out there, but a nice sunset tonight once again from our tower cam. We'll show you that in just a little bit. I want to show you these temperatures first into the mid-80s still in the northwestern portion of the Caribbean. And that is a direct result of not a lot of storms moving through there. It's cooled down in the Atlantic for the most part. And typically we don't look for storms to develop in the Atlantic once we get past, say, mid-October as more cold fronts make their way in. So I wanted to show you that graphic real quick. Some photos sent in to some nice pictures around town. Again, the photos, send them the pics at mysuncoast.com. You can see that quite clearly. A nice sunset tonight from Susanna, who sent one in Friday, too. I appreciate those photos. Keep them coming. And the Van Ways webcam showing a nice afternoon. Seas were rather calm. They're going to pick up, too. A small craft advisory will remain in effect right through the next several days, and it could be extended right through the weekend, too, as a result of this strong easterly wind flow. Well, the small craft advisories are out across the entire coastal areas of Florida this evening, and some showers down near the Keys. A little low pressure trying to develop around the Bahamas. Not much of a chance of that happening. The Hurricane Center gives it a 0% chance, in fact, but they are watching it. Some showers along the East Coast. It's been kind of a wet weekend. That's where one area of low pressure did pop up over the weekend. You can see nothing going on here. Currently, we have clear skies, 76, and the dew point, 67. That's nice and low as a result of that east to northeast wind at 10, and the pressure 30.10, and that is on the rise. No high and low today because there was a malfunction at the automated system at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport, although Tampa got up to 88 degrees, and this morning's low was at 76, so a little bit above average there. And no rainfall to report for the month. 1/100th of an inch. We're at 61 plus inches of rain, well above average, and looks like we could get a little bit more over the weekend. Hourly forecast for Tuesday calling for a slight chance for a few late day showers and a few thunderstorms in the mix, only at 40%, however, so not much of a chance. But we are watching several areas. You can see a low pressure trying to develop here just south of Haiti. Lots of moisture in the southwestern portion of the Caribbean. Also, the area that the National Hurricane Center is concerned with is right here. There's not a lot going on there right now, but there's low pressure in the Pacific, and some of that may transcend all the way over into the western portion of the Caribbean later on this week. And as far as the futurecast goes for us, you'll start to see this area of low pressure kind of move off across Cuba and then move northward through the Bahamas in time. That's what it was doing earlier with the first model, and now you'll see that again, the heavier weather staying east of Florida by Wednesday and Thursday. But it bears watching. Right now, the European model still shows this little piece of energy coming up and then moving off toward the northern portion of the state. Not a very big storm, but enough to bring us some showers and storms here. And the GFS model, not as much tonight, but still it shows it coming up into the Gulf of Mexico by Friday and getting very close to the west coast of Florida. And that, too, would be a very small system at this point. Well, temperatures are down into winter-like now in northern Montana, 34 degrees in Billings now, 46 in Minot, and 66 in Minneapolis, actually the northern Rockies, 61 in Detroit, 57 in Cleveland now, and 57 as well in Boston. So some areas of the country are cooling down, but still very warm in places like Kansas City and St. Louis, and also 82 degrees now in Dallas. Well, for boaters, it shakes out like this. East winds will create a small craft advisory at 15 to 20 knots. Seas will be 2 to 3 feet. And a moderate chop out there. Water temperature at 85 degrees. The beaches will see a high right around 85 as well. High tide 11:54, and the low tide will be at 6:04. High tide again tomorrow 11:33. Sunset at 7:15. Sunrise 7:24 tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies. Isolated showers. Mainly inland counties may see an isolated shower or two, but generally dry conditions. Tomorrow, breezy once again. 89 for your high. A 40% chance for rain. Northeast winds at 15 to 20. The extended forecast is calling for windy weather right through Thursday. As I mentioned, the small craft advisory sticks around with us through Thursday and could be extended into the weekend. Our rain chances will be elevated over the weekend. It all depends upon how this system does to our south. We'll watch it closely and keep up to date with all that information on our weather app. Go to your store and download it. Jacqueline?
All right, thank you, Bob. The Florida Constitution Revision Commission met today at the state capitol as it moves towards placing proposed constitutional amendments on the November 2018 ballot. During the meeting, 2 commissioners decided to directly sponsor proposals presented by members of the public. One would open partisan primary elections to all voters when a major party candidate has only write-in opposition. The other would repeal an obsolete provision about high-speed rail. In total, more than 1,400 public proposals were submitted for consideration. Constitution Revision Commission Chairman Carlos Baruf says many of the public proposals were similar, and he is unsure of how many plans will actually make it to the ballot.
It's just a question of what makes sense that belongs in the Constitution and not in a statute somewhere.
Okay. So the
Constitution is a pretty fine document, and we don't need to muddle it.
At every single meeting, you had at least 10 people get up and talk about that issue. So a lot of the commissioners who didn't even know about the issue, it was never on their radar. It's on everybody's radar because people came out and spoke about it so much.
This Friday is the deadline for the public to submit an idea for consideration by the Constitution Revision Commission. Any amendments sent to the ballot by the commission, which meets every 20 years, must be approved by 60% of voters to be added to the Constitution. Well, Volkswagen plans to offer 2 new U.S. models every year for the foreseeable future. The company is also doubling the length of its warranties as it tries to attract new customers. The automaker is still dealing with that fallout over its emissions scandal and has agreed to pay more than $20 billion in fines and civil settlements. All VW models except the all-electric Golf would have 6-year bumper-to-bumper warranties. Well, sports is next. Stay with us.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline. If you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death, you must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
Watch Your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck. Now, sports.
Well, there's not much time to enjoy a victory for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay coming back to beat the New York Giants on Sunday with a last-second field goal. Quarterback Jameis Winston threw 3 touchdowns, and the defense did not get enough to keep the Bucs close. But the team was back to work today, getting ready for a Thursday night game against the Patriots. Veteran cornerback Brent Grimes letting the young guys on the team know that there's no time to rest this week.
You do got to tell them. They'll know because tomorrow we got to practice. There's no day off. There's no day off on Tuesday, so we're getting right back to it. So they'll realize real fast if they haven't done it before that it's a quick turnaround and you got to be ready.
And the Florida Gators expect to be without big play receiver Tyree Cleveland against LSU on Saturday. Coach Jim McElwain says Cleveland has a badly sprained right ankle and was wearing a walking boot on Monday. Cleveland leads the team in every receiving category, recording 15 catches, 326 yards, and 2 touchdowns. In the last 3 games, Cleveland had receptions of 45, 49, 50, and 63 yards. Those are the team's only receptions of 40 or more yards this season alone. Cleveland also ranks 3rd in the Southeastern Conference in receiving yards in a game. An assistant hockey coach at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, was shot in the chest at the country music concert that left 58 dead and hundreds more wounded. The school said today that Nick Rabone had surgery to remove a bullet from his chest after being shot last night. The general manager says Rabone is breathing with help from a ventilator and is in stable condition. He says the bullet missed Rabone's lung and is expected to make a full recovery. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Well, a few possible storms in the forecast, but nothing to be too concerned about, correct? Or
A 40% chance tomorrow for some showers and a few storms in the afternoon and evening. Otherwise, pretty nice day. Partly cloudy skies. We'll start off with temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s and warm into the upper 80s in some places. So it'll be fairly typical for this time of year. Usually a couple weeks into October, we'll start to see the cool fronts move through and chill us out a little bit, but right now temperatures still staying pretty warm right through the weekend too. We are watching an area of disturbed weather that could develop into something down to our south. We'll keep an eye on that for you throughout the next several days.
All right. Thank you so much, Bob. Have a good night. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.